exchanges and stuff. Oh, this does look just like most of the big city center areas. Hertz rent car. No exchanges I've seen after yet. I wonder if money means money here.
That's known.
Okay.
It's a dress place, I guess. Still haven't seen it. Oh, I gotta turn left. Or do you want to go straight?
Let's go straight. See
If I can. Just let me in here somehow. Please let me get in. Please let me in. Please let me. Thank you. He was nice enough to let me in.
they probably see your American license plate and think, oh, those crazy Americans,
Yeah.
they don't know how to drive. Be nice to them.
Yeah, he's been nice.
She's kind of pretty. Hi there.
Hey, Pizza Hut.
Okay, she's not, so I'll zoom back in.
Let's see. McDonald's right next door. Central Hotel. Looks like an $8 cheap hotel. Still haven't seen the exchange.
I'm certain we're bound to see some down here. I mean, any major city will have exchanges. Fuck out of the road, dude. Plus, this is a good sized city, so we may not have achieved full downtown this year.
Right. Let's change his mind. Yes? I want to go straight, right?
Yeah. So you can go around this guy. It's bigger than I thought. Change, I just saw a change back there. So we need to go ahead and hit a park blocks I need to do. Now watch, they have none doing it.
It's for taxis, so there's parking right to the right.
I think it means just for taxis.
No, see the other side?
Oh, I see, you're right.
Yeah.
What?
So friggin' narrow. That's right though. Parking. Oh, that's right. Where's the other parking?
Where? what they mean on the fucking
I
road.
don't know. That's what. Alright, what's up? Some other signs.
But one thing I don't see is parking meters, which could be kind of cool. But then again, you'd think any major city would have that. There's a parking. No, right there.
Damn. I need to turn around now.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
No. You know that now.
Fade out. Okay, we fade back in. We're walking around downtown Belgium now. I'm doing a slow panorama. This is real exciting. Obviously right here, it's just a skyscraper we're standing next to. Okay, come back down. Do our turn panorama. See, Brussels is different than Belgium in that we really don't know of any great things and interesting things to be done or whatever around here. We just kind of came here to bum around in Brussels for a while. But I did get a little map that says things of specific interest, but none of them, again, appear to be dramatically famous or just of supreme interest or anything. So Waterloo is around here, you know, the old Waterloo, Napoleon met at Waterloo, etc., but that's around here, but we aren't certain where, and if we don't locate it, you know, oh well, I'm probably going to cry over it. Brussels is just kind of mainly come and have fun, bum around, I'd say. Well, we're going to be heading down probably this street right here. And should we see anything of great interest, we will of course tune back in, but otherwise we're going to fade out. Okay, we fade back in on something that I found. We happened upon it, it's in the book. It is known as the Congress's Column. Rising to the height of 154 feet, the column commemorates, since 1859, the National Congress that promulgated the Constitution of 1931. A statue of Leopold I, first king of the Belgians, can be seen at the top, which I'll get to in a minute. At the foot of the column rest two unknown soldiers of the world wars. One has access to the top, and it's a worthwhile panorama of the city can be admired. We're going to see how we get to the top. We aren't certain yet, but this is it. This is the column. You had a nice long view of the base. It looks like they're doing some kind of construction at the top, which is kind of bogus, but we'll suck it up. I'm going to zoom in, see if we can't see a little bit more of the intricacies of it, because this may be about the only thing in this book we discovered, because, you know, the only reason I'm filming this is we just happened upon it. Luck of luck. Fade back, and we'll see if we can't somehow find a way to the top. Fading out for now. We fade back in. We're sitting there right at the base. It looks like the place is locked up, so we can't get there, but it looks like they have one of the eternal burning flames. And right there, I'll see if I can't zoom in. It's going to be impossible to read because it's not in our language for one, but I think you can see the 1914 to 18. There, that's this unknown soldier from World War I, and right here we have the unknown soldier from World War II. And we'll go back, zoom in on the flame, and fade out. Okay, we fade back in at the Parc de Bruxelles. We sat there, and on our map we've actually located where we are, and we figure we can be able to find a few things of interest while we're here, and also make it much more difficult for us to get lost. It's actually a fairly big park, and we're going to go down through the center of it now towards what we hope is the Royal Palace. and we'll probably tune in there. We're gonna go ahead and take this, take everybody watching the film along on a little walk as we get inside the park, and we're hoping it's not like Grand Central Park or anything where there's like lots of bombs and vagrants who are gonna try and kill us and loot us and stuff, but it looks to be actually smaller than I thought, but it does extend out towards the back. It does look like this nice little, well, maybe moms. Nah, they look like tourists, never mind. Okay, well, I'm not gonna waste film sitting there showing a lot of a park, so I'm gonna fade out. And we just found a little fountain plus a bunch more of those statues I said we can become gated towards. Here in the left center area of the park. And also, apparently that building way back there, it goes all around, all along the side. It's being blocked by trees now. It goes all back through in there. And apparently that's the Parliament building according to our map. So anyhow, I'm going to zip back over the fountain here and fade out. And we fade back in. There's another statue. We're in the park. But we have indeed found the Grand Palace. It's down at the end of the park. And there's a nice, neat little avenue. Bing. Aha. There's another statue here. Let me catch it real quick. There it is. And fade back. And anyhow, we're gonna go on up the avenue and take a look at the Royal Palace. Okay, we fade back in, and I bet everybody watching this is wondering, last they left we were near the Royal Palace. Well, what happened is we ran out of power on the old battery, so we went back to a cafe and stopped and sat there for 2 hours just bullshitting around, drinking some coffee, waiting for the thing to charge up. We were lucky as hell to find an outlet and stuff that we could use, but anyhow, so now we're all charged up again, ready to go. And what we've got right here is we'll walk along towards St. Michael's Church, cathedral actually. We found out the map and figured out everything, and we happened upon this, which is a pretty good view of the skyline. So I'm going to do a slow panorama and give you the skyline of old Brussels. If we find a particularly high tower, something that we can access, we'll try for a large overhead view like what we got at Paris, but if not, oh well. This is actually a pretty good view. Zero back in so we can get a little bit more. Park while wrong. Give it the old 360. There's that torch on the other side of it, or the column de la Congress. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and fade out, and the next time you see us, it should be at St. Michael's Cathedral. Okay, we fade back in. We're at the side of the church. As I screen over it, I'm going to read a little bit of a narrative that goes with it from a little tour book we got, and then we'll see about going inside, see what it looks like. All it says is a beautiful Gothic edifice, synthesis of all the original arts periods from the 13th to the 16th century. The interior, simple and full of dignity, receives light through splendid stained glass windows, some of which were designed by Bernard van Orly and given by the Emperor Charles V of Habsburg. There's a beautiful ancient Gothic bus going by there. Okay. As you can see, half of it's like in scaffolding. They're reconstructing it, which kind of sucks. But we'll get the rest of it. The pulpit representing Adam and Eve's banishment from the earthly paradise was carved in 1699. Since the Middle Ages, the cathedral has witnessed some of the most historical events taking place in Brussels. The Dukes of Brabant, the Archdukes Albert and Isabel, and Charles of Lorraine are buried in the church. Okay, I'm going to do a close-up on the little statue there. Okay. Zero back. I'll go around and get one of the front. So I'm going to fade out here and go back and get one of the front. Fade back in and we're looking at the front of the church. We're going to do a real slow panorama. So you can kind of get an idea of the scope. I hope this comes out as good on film as what we can see with our eyes, because it really is a pretty church. Nothing like St. Vitrius in Prague or Notre Dame, but still really beautiful. And we'll go inside and see what it looks like there. If we can go inside. Maybe closed, I don't know. Okay, fade out. We're now inside. Excuse me. Take care. I guess film's the next best thing to be in there, but it still doesn't quite carry the size or the impressiveness. Hopefully it will come out, the color and everything will look really well, but again, I guess there's nothing better than being there. thank you. You want to be the star of a movie, don't you? That's why you just had to stand in front of me. Appreciate that. Okay, I'm going to fade out now. We fade back in and we're in an area called the Grand Place. It's like a center, it's supposed to be a center of commerce and political action since medieval times. It was destroyed like in 1695 by the Marshal du Villeroy at the order of Louis VII. By his artillery. It was destroyed in like 48 hours, but it only took 4 years for the citizens of the place to reconstruct it. And now it's obviously just kind of kept preserved. And it looks like it's still definitely some kind of center of gathering. Really totally cool. Cooler than I expected. We're sitting here on the far corner of it. They say it's supposed to be really beautiful here at night, and so we're going to come back here later after dark and just see if it's really worthy of all they say. I'm sure it is, I mean, obviously. Because they say even though it's beautiful as hell, that during the day it's best viewed by night. And like I said, we'll certainly see if they know what they're talking about.
I'm sure I can see it.
This one place here is just simply huge. Tower on top. I know I'm whizzing by this pretty quick because we're coming, only got 15 minutes left on this film. And we're kind of hoping to cover Brussels on this, Brussels and Paris, just on this one film here. Hopefully that'll turn out. It looks pretty black through this camera part here. Okay, I'm gonna fade out on this. We come back and this is at least part of the Royal Palace here in Brussels. There's only one side, there's quite a lot to be seen. Back in, and this is the other side, the side that we were going to show you before from the park of the Royal Palace here in Brussels. And coming up on our left is the park we came out of. We'll fan back around. we're at. I thought I'd get a view of like one of the roads here. Actually a couple, I guess. Statue in the middle of the road. Pretty cool. Skyscraper. Bus, truck, looks like a church way in the background there, appears to be. Anyhow, that's the road. Fade back along. And fade out. And we fade in. Ladies and gentlemen, we lied. We did make it to Waterloo. That golden line you see up there, bronze line I should say actually, is mounted facing towards France. It was built by the soldiers of Duke Wellington, and this marks the area in which Napoleon was soundly defeated by Duke Wellington, the infamous Waterloo. That's a little town we just came through. This is on the outskirts of the town, and that line up there was made from the bronze cannons of Napoleon. Duke Wellington soldiers melted them down and built this line, and it is facing towards France, I guess, in a sort of thumb-to-nose gesture, saying, "Ha ha, we beat you." We'll get a little bit closer up footage of it in a few minutes. Fade in on that there. We'll fade back out on that there. Okay, well, unfortunately we got here as the main visiting center was closed, but I think through zoom lenses, etc., we can get a pretty fair shot of it and see what it is. I'm going to try and do a panorama of the area so we can see the hills and dales where good old Napoleon lost. Okay, let's zoom back. Come down. This is a man-made hill, by the way, a large butte. The whole area is called Butte de Leon. And here we see some of the little fields and the little minor hills, etc., in which Napoleon and his unbeaten, at that point, totally triumphant armies met the outnumbered and inexperienced soldiers of the Duke of Wellington and was soundly defeated, much to his chagrin. I'm not going to walk clear around there. This is a basic idea of